Okay guys, in this video I'm going to show you the place that I go to online in order to find easy guitar chords and well just guitar chords in general. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get to the site, how to use the site to search for good chords, and also just an overview of some of the functionality that's on the site which actually makes it easier for you to play. Alright, so the name of the site which I go to is called Ultimate Guitar. Some of you have probably heard of it or seen me link to it before in some of my lessons and tutorials. But basically, to get to the site, well, you can type Ultimate Guitar. You can do it in one of two ways. You can either type Ultimate Guitar in the search engine you're using, and normally for most search engines it's going to appear at the top. It's pretty awesome. So it's www.ultimateguitar.com, and if you just click that, it'll take you straight to the site. Alright, so that's one way to get there, and just for the sake of being thorough, you can enter the site name by itself. Just type www.ultimate-guitar.com and hit enter, and it'll take you to a website. Alright, so if you look all over the website, they've got a lot of great things. They've got reviews, guitar tabs, forums, lessons, etc., etc. But just so you don't get confused, I want you to focus on this area, okay? And this is the area where you actually search for song sheets. Alright, so there are two ways that you can search for song sheets. The first way is you can either search by the song specific name, or if you're not sure what the song is called but you know who the artist is, you can search using the specific artist name or the specific band name. Alright, so whichever works best for you, and I'll show you how to use both. Alright, so let's say I want to search for the song Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. So what I would do is I would type Just the Way You Are, and even if I just type Just the Way, any song that has the words Just the Way You will appear. So even if you write it incomplete, stuff will start appearing. So enter Just the Way You Are, and you can either hit enter or select search. I'll just select search, and all the song sheets which have been uploaded by users which have the name Just the Way You Are will appear. And as you can see on the top, you have Bruno Mars, you have Boyce Avenue, Billy Joel, Pierce the Veil, and some other stuff which I've never heard of. Oh, I've heard of that. Okay, anyway, so yeah, these are the list of song sheets which have been uploaded by users. And if you look on the right side, you have ratings and you have type. Okay, so basically what you want to do in order to find chords which users who come here have found pretty good and useful is you want to find song sheets that have a high user rating. Okay, now not all chords that have high user ratings are actually good. Some that have no ratings are actually pretty awesome, and people just haven't actually gotten around to them. But a good place to start is to start with chords which have high ratings. Try them out, and if they don't work for you, you can go through the list and check out all the other chords. Alright, so but generally if they have a good star rating, like more than 3, 4, 5, and if you see that there are a lot of ratings, check those chords out first before checking out the others. Okay, and what you want to do is for type, you want to look for song sheets which have the type called chords. Okay, not tab, not bass, not guitar pro, not video lesson, not tab pro, none of that, just chords. And the reason for that is because the song sheets which have the name chords will usually come with lyrics, in most cases full lyrics along with the chords. Alright, and I'll show you an example. So if I click here on chords, so this is the highest rated song sheet for this particular song by Bruno Mars, and yep, it's loading. So, and if I scroll down, what you see is just simple chords and the lyrics. And so what you can do is you can just look at this and you can just start playing along with it. All right, and if you take your cursor and you just hover over each chord, what it does show you is it shows you it shows you how the particular chord is pressed. Now, this is a way to play B minor, but this is not how I would play. So what you can do is you can go here and there. There's this word called variation, and you just sort of go through it till you find a variation of that particular chord which is easier or which works for you. Okay, so this would be the way I would normally play B minor. This is not, but anyway, yeah. So this is why you should choose song sheets that have the type called chord, because they'll show chords and they'll show lyrics, and the ones with high ratings are usually very simplified and just use normal chords. Okay, so I'm just going to go back quickly and just show you, like, if I chose the type called tab, what you would see essentially is you would come to pages which would look like this, and they have this thing called tablature. Now, tabs are good to show very specific finger positioning and placement, and for picking and playing like specific notes on the guitar. So if you look here, you have E, B, G, D, A, E, which represents the first string and the sixth string of the guitar, and these represent the placement of your finger on the fret, and this is the sequence in which you should play. All right, so these are tabs. This is not something I've covered in the course, so just ignore these for now. It's worth checking out at some stage in the future, but for now I'm just going to focus on showing you how to find chords. All right, so going back to this page where you have the guitar lyrics and the guitar chords, all right, they're all well and good, but okay, just to show you quickly around the things which are on this page, up here you have this box called, with this button right next to it, says transpose. You know, it says transpose song. So what you can actually do, and the function of this is basically, like, if you look at the chords, let's say for instance, there's a whole bunch of chords that you're not familiar with. All right, let's say that the song uses chords which you've never seen before, you've never used, and I'll just sort of transpose it out of these, just so you quickly get an idea. Alright, so let's say you got a chord sheet and it looked like that, and it said like A sharp, G minor, D sharp, A sharp, and you didn't actually learn these chords, and I didn't teach you these chords in the course. So what you want to do with this transposing tool is that you want to transpose the chords. You want to change the chords until what you see are the chords which I actually taught you in the course. Alright, so I'll go into greater detail on how to do that in another video, like just specifically to teach you that. But so basically up here, that's one of the most noteworthy things you need to pay attention to, is the transposing tool. And over here you have this thing called auto scroll. Now this is really cool because like, let's say you have a browser, a web browser, which doesn't show all the chords and lyrics on the screen, and you know, when you're playing, it's a bit hard to mess around with a mouse so that you can scroll to the bottom and see the rest of the chords and lyrics. So with this auto scroll, what you can do is you can press it like so. You can select 2, you can select 1, and depending on how many you select, this controls the speed of the scroll. So usually I'll set it at about 2 or 1.5 if that's possible, and I find that this is more than suitable. This is usually a fast enough speed so that I can play and watch the screen as well. Alright, so that's what auto scroll is. It's a really useful tool if you want to just sort of sit in front of your computer and practice songs on your own. Alright, so yeah, that's basically it for this specific video. If you want to find songs, just click in the search box, like search box here or on the main page. Make sure, depending on what you're searching for, if you're searching for lyrics and if you're searching by song name specifically, make sure tabs is selected, and if you're searching by a band or artist name, make sure bands is selected, because I'll just show you quickly what happens if you try and search for a song lyric when bands is selected. Alright, so let's say I tried to search for Just the Way You Are, and you know, bands is selected. So if you try to do that, what would happen would be nothing would appear, because there is no band called Just the Way You Are. If there happens to be a band called Just the Way You Are, that's fantastic, but the song lyric itself will not appear because it's listed under tabs, not bands. All right, so just make sure, very important, make sure this is correctly selected when you search, and you should be able to find quite a lot of um, song sheets for popular songs and for songs that you like here. Alright, so feel free to use this tool, and in the following videos I'll go into a bit more detail on what to do with the chords and just transposing and that sort of stuff. Alright.